Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It's almost noon. I am getting a bit of a late start. In about 15 minutes, there might be a siren test, but we also have some cloudy weather. So often if there's a cloudy weather, there will not be a siren test. So if you hear any sort of siren in the background, don't worry, it's probably just a test. But we're not here to talk about things like that. We are here because it is Saturday and it is time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! So what is my weekly roundup? Every Saturday, usually Saturdays, I try to come on and talk about my week in crafting. So I talk about any WIPs, works in progress, or FOs, finished objects. I have finished objects, but you're not going to see them. You gotta wait for things we're making Thursday. What? Okay, so, I told you those shawlettes go super fast, and they do. So we're going to talk about a lot of WIPs, and we often talk about the book I'm reading, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't read very much this last week, so I'm not going to have anything to share there. I continue to enjoy the short story, and I kind of think I'm slow playing it a little bit because I am enjoying it. But I am motivated to finish it this week, so I will do so. What should we start with? Which of my WIPs? Oh, let's talk about this. This right here is a cowl I knit from a kit I bought from Mountain Meadow Wool out in Wyoming. It is the C&C cowl. It uses a really unique bamboo wool blend. It's really, really fun. I enjoyed making that. It's a very easy knit. There's some garter sections, and then there's like a lattice, a yarn over little section, mesh section, whatever you want to call it. This is a bod shawl I made using Kramer yarn. This is from Kramer in Pennsylvania. I do not remember the name of this, but I used the exact yarn and the exact color that Bod used on hers. So if you look and find a brown sparkly shawl, that's it. Oh, this is my hat. Armchair Chef Lori told me I had to keep it. It's a ridiculously large hat. I don't know why I let it get so out of proportion, but it's hilarious and I love it, and it's kind of become my mascot now. So that is the Icy Tears hat from Bod. I made it as part of Bod Hatapalooza, which I was going to do this week, but I found with Bod Hatapalooza, if I don't watch Laura's video and then immediately go grab my yarn and start, I lose it. It slips away. So I need to do better. Anyway, let's talk about WIPs. So I did get my mini in on this cowl. So this is the original pickle jar kit. This is from Aberdeen Wools up in Canada. And you buy the pickle jar kit. Comes with 40 micro minis in this jar, patterns for 2 different items. I made the original cowl first, but there's also a pattern for a bias scarf. And the needles, so the knitting needles I'm using in this project also came in here. I was not expecting the needles. That was a pleasant surprise. So I'll call Chomps in shortly, but he's having a pajama day, so you're going to have to forgive the Minecraft jammies. And plus, that kid has had another growth spurt. I need to get on the ball and order even bigger jammies. I just bought jammies like a couple of months ago. Kiddos! Anyway, so my goal is to try to add a mini a week. And so here we go. We have this kind of pretty, it's kind of camo, but there's some navy in there as well, which is beautiful. And I think it does go nicely with the blue tonal there. And I knew my battery was going to get mad at me, and indeed it did. So here is the cowl so far. It is over half done. We're on the homeward stretch, but we'll keep going. I'm going to get a new battery, and then I'll bring Chomps in so he can pick the next skein of yarn from the jar of fate. Okay, bye-bye.
Here I am.
Yeah, okay.
Ready to pick the next yarn.
Whoops.
And to see, so then you know, my sister is going to go and get some groceries from grocery shop with my dad. And
Yep.
here's what I got.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Can I show it to them?
Here it is. It's very nice.
It is very nice. I think it's going to look lovely in the cowl next. Good job, buddy.
Oh, so that's what you're making out of these.
Yeah, this I add it to this. That will be the next color I use. Yep, keep on going.
That
Good
would
job.
be so awesome.
I think so.
Oh, so then you know. You should comment down below one of my videos. So comment down. Nice.
Perfect. I like it. Thank you.
Oh, so then you know, if you didn't know, that you should try different foods.
You should try different foods. Yeah?
That's
what
how
did you try this morning for breakfast?
I tried bread, butter, and over easy eggs, and I liked it, and tomato, salt, basil, right?
Yep, tomato, salt, and basil.
And pepper.
And pepper. And Papa grilled your tomato, didn't he?
Yep, and I liked it.
Yeah, so that was the new food. And you're right.
The
You had
new
tried,
foods.
yeah, you had avocado toast with an over easy egg, but you didn't have plain toast with an over easy egg yet.
And so then, you know, I also tried the sausage that I have not tried before, and it was too hot, so no.
Mm, that's fine. We
Because
don't have to like all the foods, but you're very brave to try new foods. Thank you.
Yep.
You're going to go back to your game?
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
You have fun.
Oh, so you know, I bet I might be able to go, whoop.
I bet you might be. Why don't you go see? I have absolutely no idea what he was talking about. Whoop. Okay, so this is what we have. It is, I have absolutely no idea how to describe this color. It's got kind of dark pinks, teals, purples. It's really pretty. It's really, you know, it's kind of Anna, Elsa, Arendelle colors. That's what's coming to mind. And it'll go, I think it'll go pretty nicely. I mean, purple and green go nicely. I think it will be beautiful. And the whole point of this is just to have a scarf of many colors. So that'll be one of my tasks for next week. That's a project that I just make here while I'm editing videos or uploading or doing stuff in the craft room, and I need something for my hands. Okay, so last week I had asked your input on a pair of socks. I realized something had gone awry and I was not going to have enough to finish the pair of socks. The votes were pretty split. I had checked Ravelry. All that I saw on Ravelry said it was in stash, not for sale. I couldn't find it on eBay or Etsy or any resale sites. I don't really use Mercari, so I don't know. But yeah, I kind of did some general Google searching. I had no luck finding it. And I suppose the big thing, and maybe I didn't make it clear, this is a leftover 100-gram skein of yarn. I already have a pair of socks made for myself with this. So I was not like, oh my god, I need this for myself. But bingo, really love the yarn. So I did rip it out. Brian and I talked and we thought I was justified in calling that sock a completed item though. So I did, and then I ripped it out, and I've already done the cuff, the leg, the heel flap, and the turn, and I have just picked up the stitches for the gusset. So this is a sock for a very small foot. It will not take very long. Yeah, I've got the stuff for the gusset on there. I was going to say, wait, am I still working on the heel turn? But no, it's the... I have different markers so I know when I'm done with the gusset portion and I'm on the free-for-all on the foot. But anyway, so I am it won't take long to do the gusset on the tiny, tiny socks. That is some Hobby Halloween yarn. It is, I remember the color descriptor was like Vampire, Vampire's Kiss. It's technically color 06. There you go. So I am using my Clover US 2 9-inch circs, and then when I do the toe I will switch to my Chow Goo stainless steel US 2 DPNs, double pointed needles, to do the toe. And so there's the update there. I had asked, we had a second question, didn't I? What do I do there? And then I am totally blanking on the other thing I needed your input on. Oh, the shawl. What to do with the shawl. You guys did help very much. There, it was a little heavier, I think, in the comments to stop with the shawlette size. And then Sam from Mantha's Makes had such a great idea that I should use the other half to make a second shawlette. And then for the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight, I would have 2 items I made as giveaways, and then any extra prizes could be yarn from my super secret stash. Oh, I think Brian and Bingo just got home. Okay, but we will try to push through here. I don't have too many more because I've really, when I put all the whips in that tote, I've really tried to focus and work on working down the whips. So that is what I've done. And I've shifted some projects to like the things we're making Thursday and stuff like that. What else? Okay, so last week I showed you the neon lights project I was working on for Chomps. I finished the one strip of color. I've done a row of the black, and now I'm working on the second color. So I'm adding the blue. So here we go. That's what I'm at so far. And I am doing the Sober Granny blanket from Krista at the Secret Yarnery, but hers was like baby blanket size, so I made mine a little wider for big boy size. Yes, bud?
Help me open this.
What is that? Oh, it's a candy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is Papa home?
Yep. But
You get
he
it out?
went and got stuff, and he's getting stuff out of the car.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so there we go. Work is progressing on here. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook on that, my dots. 5.5 crochet hook. What else do I have? Okay, I have my husband Brian's sock. I am making him a pair of simple ribbed socks that I got as a perk from the Project for Awesome a few years ago. And I am using this beautiful tonal green hand-dyed yarn from Jelly Beans Yarns. The colorway is Seaweed. It's beautiful. I have done the cuff, heel turn, and flap, and I am working on his gusset. So both socks are pretty much in the same gusset position, but they're moving along. We're moving along. The final whip I have comes with a warning. Brian is carrying cat litter up the stairs, so if you hear any grunting, that is the effort of carrying cat litter. I also have a PSA, a warning, a don't be like Erin. We'll get to that shortly. What I do have is my 6mm hook, and this is the Sweet Illusions blanket from Bod. I have just finished my first of the Caron Halo cakes, and this is how far it got me. So I'm starting the second Alpine Stitch section, and there's literally the end of that cake of yarn. So I gotta tie on my next cake and keep going. This I'm using Caron Colorama Halo in the color Beet, I believe. Beet Red. There you go. Okay. Now you might say, Erin, I remember you using a very different hook before. Yeah. So this project I was kept in a box, and I kept my frills hook box in that box to protect the frills hook. I normally very carefully put the hook back in the box when I'm done using it. I was sitting at the kitchen table. I got the blanket out, heard clunk clunk, looked down, and this hook was not in the box. It must have been wrapped in the blanket. My New Year's tinsel, beautiful special edition frills hook has sadly perished. It happens. Here's your PSA. Take extra care of your frills hooks. Don't let them hit the ground, especially wooden floors. It's my own fault, but it's still a bummer. Yep. But Frills did have their birthday sale, and I might have an order coming. A little retail therapy. And congratulations, HD Handmade Designs. What an amazing win. That was phenomenal. I was so happy to see a person who is such a big supporter of so many YouTube channels win that. It was a joy to see. I'm sure you were shocked and just amazed at having them say your name. I can only imagine. Congratulations, honey. You totally deserve it. Okay, and with that, that is the end of my whips and FOs and my PSA. Care for your furls. Care for them. Yeah, so normally I do. I always have the box with the project, and I always put the hook back in. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I was thinking. And it got me. Like I said, that's okay. It's my own fault. I did it to myself. Okay. I'm going to go weep quietly. I'm not going to weep quietly. I've got it out of my system. Ray had texted me, and like, she texted me about a book she had just read. So thank you, Ray. That might be coming up hot on my TBR list. And like, she was right there in my phone, and the hook fell. I was like, hook down, hook down. So she let me get all of that out of my system pretty early when it happened. Okay, I will go ahead and see you later. I will be on tomorrow with, I think tomorrow's going to be an opening. I got my sock subscription from Trilogy Yarns in the mail, so I think I'll show that on Sunday. That'll be fun. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!